Let's move on to Microsoft. There was big news last week where Microsoft announced a price increase for Xbox Live. And then, like, almost immediately was like, oh, you guys don't want to pay more? We thought you guys wanted to pay more. Oh, you didn't see we were adding value? You don't just want to give us more? Twice as much? And then they just reversed it. Like, just like that. Like, that's...
Oh, there was a lot. There was enough outcry where I saw some of the headlines changing to, what was Microsoft's role in the insurrection? And then they like, oh, we're making too much news and people are mad at us. Let's change that. And then even that news went away.
Right.
So it was a pretty smart move on their part to just say, like, let's get out of the news for anything. So, because I think this was a distraction from the funding insurrectionist news.
Oh, you're not joking? That's a real thing?
That was a real thing. It was because they were funding the insurrectionist politicians like Ted Cruz and Hawley and Cruz. I read it on
who's funding them?
Oh, Microsoft.
But they fund everybody.
They fund everybody.
I know, but the articles were like, what's at the same time as this, it was how much did they actually give and all that kind of nonsense. I'm not saying they were good. I didn't say these were good articles. I just said I saw them online.
Right. I don't think
at the same time as these. And as soon as they reversed the price thing, the other headlines went away too.
But don't you think the other headlines were being replaced because they're increasing the price and that people were upset about it?
Yeah.
People seem pretty upset about that. But
I know.
I'm still shocked that they changed it. Like, that was like a plan. Like, that's their fucking big plan. And then people didn't like it and they're like, all right, forget it. Like, what?
They seem to it's becoming a repeated pattern. So I don't know if that's part of their plan as a company, is to just announce stuff like this and see how bad the blowback is.
Right.
Because it takes a lot of people to make a decision to change a price like this at Microsoft. There are graphs and charts and numbers crunched and meeting upon meeting upon meeting and scheduling and when are we going to roll this out? How are we going to announce this? Like, it's,
there was a bigger announcement even wrapped up in the price reversal, which was free-to-play games are now going to be real free-to-play games where you won't even need Xbox Live. Was part of that announcement also.
But now you will?
No.
Didn't they add that to the unannouncement?
They added that to the unannouncement.
Oh, so we win.
So we win. Right now, if you want to play Fortnite on the Xbox, you need to have Xbox Live.
Understood.
But on the PlayStation, you don't.
Understood.
You need PSN.
So not only did they roll back the price, they also, it's like a hostage negotiation.
Yeah, they added value to it as well. They're like, okay, this was a bad idea. We feel bad about it. Also, this other thing that we shouldn't have been doing, we're not going to do that anymore either.
Right. And here's Major Nelson to bake everybody a cake and send it over to your house.
Exactly. Go play the medium.
Right. Enjoy the medium. I was shocked that they turned that around like instantly.
It was the right call. You know why?
I didn't even have a chance to get outraged about it because it was over so quickly.
It was a bad decision, especially during a new console cycle, especially when you're trying to get new people into your ecosystem that skipped on you last cycle. You can't just be like, all right, we want new people to join our ecosystem and we're going to jack up the price on you. You got to get people locked into the ecosystem probably for a good 4 years. And then you jack them
off.
Yeah. It was
the timing was bizarre.
It was bad timing. It was and when Chiprick and I agree, I don't know where he is on the Twitch screen, so I don't know if I'm pointing
below
in the
you.
right direction. If him and I agree, then you know that it's the right that we're right.
And as much as like how many meetings and how many people it took to get to that point, it only takes one person to say, nah.
Right.
We're not doing this. Like after that happens, it's just one person's call to say.
But it's the same guy who gave it the thumbs up, though, I guess, right? Or no?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
No,
right.
Yeah. Right. I can tell you from experience, no.
Right.
Yeah, that guy doesn't have to be in those decisions until he has to be in those decisions.
Who is it?
it's
Jay
whatever
Allard?
it's whatever C-level Microsoft executive said. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Did Jay Allard come out of retirement?
Turn that Xbox Live bus around.
Right. They don't like it. They don't like it. They don't like it. It's not working. All right.
Yeah, I don't know if that's Phil Spencer on that call or not. It could have been someone even higher at Microsoft.
It could be someone whose name we just don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Master Chief could be him.
Mm-hmm. It could have been Master
He's
Chief.
got a lot of power there.
I feel like it wasn't Phil Spencer because I feel like he would have been in the first round of decisions.
Right.
But maybe not. I don't know.
I'm going with Master Chief. Yeah, but I think we should raise the price a little bit. Need to buy some new guns. All right. What do we got here? CAG bag? Are we at the CAG bag?
Yes, we're up to the CAG bag.
Excellent. Diet Coke Junkie writes in and says, since Wombat is the CAGcast Assassin's Creed aficionado, does he have a recommendation play order for Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla? It was rough going from Syndicate back to Rogue due to some outdated mechanics, so I'm wondering about the latest entries.
As someone who played Odyssey and then Origins, I do not recommend that order. I think Odyssey is a big enough leap from Origins where Origins feels weird going backwards. I actually think at this point, unless you really love ancient Egypt, you could probably skip Origins and go straight to Odyssey. I do highly recommend Odyssey as your first play. And then if after playing 120 hours of Odyssey, you really still feel like playing more Assassin's Creed, I would then go to the new hotness of Valhalla. Also, by the time we finish Odyssey, Valhalla may be even cheaper than $30. That's my recommendation.
Right. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
At Clicksby writes in and says, with Oculus Quest 2 being out of stock everywhere in the UK, is it time for you guys to try VR again? What do those things have to do with one another? We're not in the UK. And if we were in the UK, how could we get it? Because it's out of stock everywhere.
Yeah. It's like a paradox of a question.
To answer your question,
one of us is always lying and one of us is always telling the truth.
Right. The answer is no. I'm interested in it as I packed up the PlayStation stuff because there's too many wires and stuff, but I don't really want to buy it and deal with it.
How's VR? Like, I see it's out of stock everywhere in the UK. That doesn't tell me whether or not it's succeeding or not. How's VR doing these days?
Is it in stock here? Like if I go to Best Buy,
if it's in stock or out of stock, it doesn't tell you anything unless you know how many they made, right?
Yeah, I don't think they're making too many. I got to be honest.
I feel like I'm not hearing much about VR these days.
Is that the one that doesn't need a computer?
Yeah, they're in stock at Best Buy. I'm looking right now in America.
It's the advanced all-in-one $399. Is that right?
They have a $300 one, I believe.
Okay, I'm just looking at the one that's on Amazon.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, I totally get it, but I don't know. It's a lot, and it's just I don't want to put a helmet on while I'm home with my family during the quarantine.
They're hard to play with glasses.
Okay.
And I don't want to put contact lenses in just to play VR. So
borders. I mean, barriers. These are barriers to our entry.
Yeah, no, it really is. Like I can't play VR with glasses on. It just doesn't work. So
no, Clicksby. We're not going to be buying that.
I hope the people who like VR enjoy it.
Yeah, I get it. I understand the appeal totally.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes
I don't think any of us like Cheapy. You're the closest to being on.
I have it.
Yeah, you have VR in your house.
And I've used it.
I don't think Wombat might get sent VR at some point, and then it would be in his house,
in his dreams, in his VR dreams.
I don't picture myself ever spending money on VR.
Not even at the mall, at one of those kiosks, those big yellow things.
One of those dirty kiosks. You know,
$5 for 5 minutes in
it's
VR.
a tough sell at this point, but eventually
it's just like there's so many. It's not even the VR isn't interesting. It's just there's so many other options, right? Like,
yep. Jerking off.
Exactly. Like
that's one that immediately comes to mind.
Yeah.
And before you say that you can use VR for that, I'm not interested in that at all. That's the last thing that I want to do is cover up my senses and expose myself. Like that's the last case usage of VR for me is VR porn. Like I know it exists, and I don't even deny that it might be great, but I just
You don't think that would work out? You don't think that would work out in your house made of glass? Very well.
I have one room that I have like total, not even like, I don't have a lot of freedom. Just a lot of stuff would have to go wrong in my life for me to get to the situation where like I should be trying out this VR porn stuff. That's all I'm saying. No offense if you like VR porn, but I guess what I'm saying is I'm happy with just the regular 2D porn. I think that's what I'm really saying. The free porn, I don't have to buy anything, have access to all my facilities and whatnot. I know where I am. I'm not. Okay, anyway, Ed here writes in and he asks, why can't I buy a next-gen console at retail price after all this time? It's not that much time, is it?
I think they say by that they're hopeful by Q2, by spring, they'll be more available.
Spring.
Well, you're getting ready to hit Chinese New Year, so that's going to put a halt in things here for a little while too. So yeah, spring is going to be when they come available.
Spring.
Oh.
Spring is fine.
Spring is fine. Close enough.
Yeah.
There's no. You know what? There's not a lot of games. Next gen. Games
it'll be just in time for my birthday, Chibi, with your GameStop money.
So glad I didn't make that much money. I'm so glad. Oh, yeah. Spring. You're not missing out on much. I think that's the key message. I mean, I don't have a PlayStation 5, so I can't speak for that. But I would wait till they make that thing smaller or different color or something, because no,
it's gonna be. These are not going to become readily available. Like you're going to start seeing them in stores, I would guess. Like right now, you don't see them in stores at all.
No,
right? You're not walking into a store and seeing these.
They have signs up anyway that say even if you see it, you can't buy it.
Well, yeah, because they're all doing the online orders. Just with the pandemic going on, there are shortages on a lot of electronics
and paper towels.
I'm sure paper towels are a big part of that. Like
the paper towel trick, right, Chibi?
Use both sides. I don't know.
No, if you want to order paper towels, Amazon only lets you order one package one package.
Okay.
But it's one package per brand. So you could
order. My Target has it. You
could order a pack of Brawny and a pack of Bounty and a pack of Sparkle. So you can get a lot of paper towels in one shipment if you wanted to go that route.
I like the generic Target brand. I forgot what it's called. Up and Up brand.
Yeah, it's a good one. That's good.
That's quality paper towel. I have no problem with that. But I actually can find paper towels. I haven't had that problem in like a month or so.